Hey, JD here. Guns in the 701, 701 Nation. A little late getting on here. Like I said last week, we got a new deal on here, how to run the system. I had to retype everything twice. I was already in a bad mood, so it put me in a little worse mood. I don't like this new thing we got going on here, but hey, that's the way it is. So tonight we're going to be going over 2024 youth deer season opens here in North Dakota. My daughter's got a license. We're going down Clay's place. Gonna talk to rifle, ammo. Some of the gear we're gonna use for that rifle. She's gonna use. I'm gonna break down. There was one topic on the presidential debate. Let me get the comments up here. There was one topic on the presidential debate that came up. I'm gonna break that down. Kamala Harris lied out of her ass. We're going to talk about that. I know Clay and Deacons hit on it a little bit last night, but I'm going to break it down a little more. Then we're going to hit on, since deer season's coming up, shot placement on deer. I was going over this with my daughter. We're going to talk about it on here. I got an article from Outdoor Life, and then of course the happy ending of the week. And then I'm going to give you a little something I got ahead for next week. It's going to be it's going to be fun actually. I'm looking forward to it. Brian Warner, good evening, buddy. My fellow MVE, Josh Patterson, hey, buddy. Eric Newman, good evening, fellas. Good evening, Eric. Thanks for getting in here. Like I said, I was a little late getting on this new system we got again. I had to redo some stuff a couple times, and I didn't get it all on, but I got back on here because it was already 5 after. So tonight's episode, as usual, coming to you, powered by Lauer Auto Repair, Double H Gun Shop here in Bismarck, Bloodline Kinetics here in Bismarck, Mandan Sporting Goods, of course, in Mandan, and Little Angry Man Arms in South Dakota. Appreciate all you guys. Couldn't get this done the way we do without you. It's awesome, man. And got a little something here, little Jack Fire on ice in my Golden Valley, North Dakota commemorative mug. Good stuff. And of course, I do have some water. But anyway, let's get to it, guys. Youth deer season's opening up tomorrow at noon. School's out for my daughter about 3:25. She's gonna get home. We're gonna load. I'm gonna have some stuff loaded up after the show. I'm gonna get after it tonight, but probably get down heading Clay's way about 4:30. But yeah, the gun she's gonna use, we're gonna go over that first right away. I know you guys heard me talk about this for most of you. Ruger Ranch 223. That's a 16-inch barrel. Of course, going to have the suppressor on it. We've shot it many times out at Axel's gun range. Tested the ballistics gel at 200 using the 55 grain Sierra Soft Point Bowtail Game Kings. 11 and a half, 11 and a half inches of penetration at 200 on there. So, and with that caliber, 200 is the maximum range I would do that. I hope she doesn't have to take a shot at 200. I am going to bring, just in case the deer are out farther and we can't get close to them. I'm not going to carry it, but it's going to be, somewhere around the. I'm going to bring on my 6.5 Grendel with 120 grains, but. And then, I got my daughter. I didn't get her a real good knife. I just kind of got her, like one of them cheap gutting knife, skinning knife kind of thing. And if she likes it, I will get her a good knife, but I'm going to have the buck knife along with the gut hook, of course. I love the gut hook. We went over that a couple times, but I got my Leupold binos, Leupold rangefinder. I'm struggling not to buy a a pair of them SIG, man. There's SIG range finding binoculars. Axe has a pair. Love those. Work real freaking good. I love those. I just don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on those yet. One Shot Cap. Good evening, 701Nation. Good evening to you. One Shot. Appreciate you tuning in. And of course, the scope on the rifle. She's got, and it's a cheap, these used to be cheap scopes. It's the Vortex Diamondback HP. Got the side focus BDC out to 500, which works great. It works real good. And then, if you're looking for a cheap scope right now, man, those are those. I don't want to say where you can get them cheap right now. You go to my sponsors to have a deal with them, but Vortex, that's a scope that's going to be on it. D-back HP 4 to 16 by 42 with them BDCs. side focus. Good scope, works great, especially, I mean, definitely with the drops. I mean, the drops go farther for deer, anyways, farther than a 223 is going to go. One shot said, "You going after a four teeter?" I got to be honest, I don't know what that means. Four teeter, a doe? Yeah, yeah, a doe. Is it four tits? Yeah, yeah. That's what we're going after. She's got a white-tailed doe. Like I said, it's her first one. I thought my nephew and my buddy's kid were coming with, but they got sports going on, so I think they're going to go out during the regular season. So just gonna be me and my daughter and Clayton. I don't know. He said his boys are gonna wait till regular season. So yeah, hopefully we can get that done right away. She's excited about it sometimes, right? Sometimes hates. I told her we're getting packed up tonight, and she was kind of bummed about that because who likes to pack, but I got my orange hat on tonight. Former sponsor, the Blind Guy, wearing my orange cap. So Josh says, I got some Vortex Crossfire 2 scopes that I'm pretty happy with. They don't break the bank. Right. And they work good, right, Josh? I mean, they work great. That's in the Diamondback HP. They used to have Diamondback and then that Diamondback HP. I think they got rid of just the Diamondbacks and went to H8. They're nice. I mean, clear. I wish the reticles were a little finer. They're not, which is all right, which is going to be good for my daughter to use. But yeah, Vortex. I got my spotting scopes of Vortex HD 20. It goes up to 60 power. Bring that along. Obviously, bringing that along. I'm gonna have my cameras with. I'm gonna try to get some video of it. Hopefully, I can get a good video of this for you guys. I'd love to do that. Um, you know, not only just for the channel, but just to have memories of that, man. It's freaking awesome. I love doing that. Eric Newman says Savage 223 is pushing the Barnes 55 grain TTSX, which is a tipped, I do believe, right? Eric's tipped bullet with a boat tail, is what two of my kids are using this weekend. And my other kid is shooting 7MO8 140 grain Barnes TTX. So what is that? Curious, what's your muzzle velocity with that 140 out of that 7MO8? Because I do like the 7MO8. Yeah, Josh says, yeah, they were good. He's talking about the Crossfire too. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I was the velocity I'm getting out of mine here, Eric. And I will say, um, for whatever reason, the Ruger Ranch I got, accurate gun. With these reloads, shoots about 1 inch at 100 with 3 shots. Going 2850. I got it. They're reloads. I got it loaded up with W748. So but yeah, I'd be curious what that the 7MO8 is pushing in 140s. I know a 308 at a 150 grainer out of my like 20-inch barrels is going 2750 to 2800 when I shot 308 a lot. So, but yeah, other than that, um, I thought we were gonna make some jerky. She wants to make sausage actually out of it, so that's what we're gonna do if we get a deer. Making hash brown sausage with it, which is good. I don't know if you guys ever did that. You get dehydrated hash browns and mix it in with it. Man, it's awesome, man. It gives it a little different flavor too. Gene Cox is a 708 is the real cartridge of the gods. Eric is not sure. Never checked the velocity. I just load it and kill stuff on. Nothing wrong with that, Eric. My dad is the same way with his, but I'm kind of an anal retentive guy about something. I got to know that, so that's how I got the chrono. Yeah, but as long as it's killing and it's doing what you want it to do, that's perfect, man. But other than that, what's this? Eric Newman? He says I hate the Vortex Crossfire. Can't hold zero on a 22. See, I've had some people tell me that too, and I've had people tell me that even on my cheaper Vortex, and I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen as far as holding zero. I always like to shoot no matter what before I go out because it never fails. Whether it's a $400 scope or it's a $1,400 scope. I mean, very seldom have I ever seen them. So maybe you guys are different. That they'll hit in the same damn spot. If you hit it, it's on. You go hunting. A week later, you come back. You shoot it again. The son of a bitch is hitting inch to the right or something. I don't know how that happens. It's got to be something in the atmosphere. Because I got a hard time believing these more expensive scopes, even getting banged around, will lose their zero. And I mean, it's not that far off, but it is off. And I mean, I think it has something to do with the change of seasons. I could be dead wrong about that. If you guys got some input on that, I'd love to know. But I mean, if Dave was listening, he might have some. He might have something on that, but I haven't seen him on here yet. But that's what we got planned for tomorrow. Like I said, heading down to Clay's, and I don't know whether we get the deer or not. I'm thinking we might just stay over Saturday and come back Sunday. I know Gene's got the gun show going on in Mobridge. I might sneak over there, and if Clay's got some prairie dog towns around there in North Dakota, I'd love to get my dog. Hey, even Dad would get in on shooting some of that too. So, Josh Pattern says I got them on a 6.5 Creed, 7M08, 270, 204 Ruger, 0 issues with the Crossfire 2 I got there. Always on. Hey, good luck to your daughter. He says, well, thank you, Josh. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a close shot, but you never know. All right, guys, I tell you, we're coming up here 15 minutes in. We're gonna go to our first break, and what's gonna happen when we come back from that? See, I got these folders thing on here too. I mean, I'm gonna have to do my own thing on here because I literally can't stand how Deacons and Clay have this thing set up. No offense to you guys, I'm not chewing you out for it. I'm just saying I hate this, how you guys got this new thing. But I don't like a lot of change. That's just the way I am. And then wrong folder opens because I don't have my commercials. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys, for mumbling around doing this shit. We're going to come back. If you got any more things on used deer and gear for it, you got to, what you want to say, what your kid's going to use if they're going out, let me know. We'll talk about it. But when we come back, we're going to hit on the debate from Tuesday there. Kamala Harris, hey, I guess not coming after your guns, and hey, her and Timmy, the beta male Walls, apparently big gun owner. So when we come back, I'm going to get to a few more of your questions if you got them in here, or comments, and then we're going to hit on that. So we'll be right back.
That's a war face. Now let me see your war face. Ah! You don't scare me.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, JD back here, 701 Nation. That's right, all our sponsors right there. If you guys do business with them, please tell them you heard it on Guns in the 701 or 701 Nation. As a matter of fact, I talked to Jake at Bloodline Kinetics today. Jake is he's working on getting CNC machines in there and doing barrels. I mean, sounds good. Is now the way he does it now, it takes him a long time. Now he's going to be able, once he gets these machines in, knock out barrels and maybe I'm going to say this wrong, but like maybe one barrel an hour, and then he's going to knock out like 20 instead of doing just one custom gun. He's still going to do that, but he's going to be able to do like 5 to 10 kind of guns, put them together and sell those. It's going to be pretty sweet. Hopefully in the next week or two, we're going to have our ARs. I was talking to him about that. Something happened there with the Cerakote on mine, and he was having some trouble getting the stock and from his supplier, the bolt carriers and nickel boron. But he's working on that. I got another link to him about the stock I wanted on mine. So we'll see what happens. And and his wife also is getting certified Cerakote. So he's going to be getting more hooked up with the Cerakote company, and it's going to make his life a lot easier when his wife's helping him doing Cerakotes. Eric says, my Burris, I sighted it 8 years ago and never had any issues. Always on. It's on my 300 Rem Ultra Magnum. What kind of Burris is that, Eric? Anyway, I'm curious. I do have a couple Burris myself. I am a fan of the Burris scope, man. I like, everybody, oh, God, you like a bunch of cheap shit. Well, you know what? The farthest I shoot with my guns is 600 yards, and the Burris and the Vortex, I don't go to. I do have one I can go to 600 with it, but it's actually my least favorite Vortex. I can't remember. It's a 30 millimeter tube, and I don't really like that one. But my other one's 500, 600 yards. I'm good. I'm good to go. Yeah, I have no problem, and I'm at the end of the show, I'm going to tell you what we got coming up for a video. I think you guys are going to like this. I took a little something from some other stuff I was watching on YouTube, but you guys can let me know what you think of the idea. And I might be needing some of you guys out there. Josh, I know you live around here. I think I'm going to ask you to help us on this video because I'm going to need about 5 or 6 other guys and their guns. Anyways, I'll let you know how this is at the end. Anyway, so Tuesday night, right, in Philadelphia, Republican presidential candidate, former President Donald Trump attempted to highlight how Harris has a plan, right, to confiscate everybody's gun. All right, so my daughter I'm going to stop right here before I go. My daughter was saying she saw a thing where Harris had this many lies and Trump had this many lies. And, I did say, they're not all lies from either side. I mean, I hate to say that a lot, but it is. And Trump, as of this point, it wasn't. I mean, technically, she's not talking about taking away everybody's gun, right? By some of them, and don't get me wrong, I'm not defending her. In the long run, Democrats want all your damn guns. Anyway, he said, she has a plan to confiscate everybody's gun, and she probably does have a plan, but I mean, not immediately. Anyway, in response, Harris shot back. This business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. Wow. So, I mean, you're legitimate. You're one of us now, right? Trying to say that shit just because you own a gun. You can be a gun owner and not a gun rights advocate, I mean, whatever about her gun. We'll get into that too. We're not taking anybody's guns away. That's bullshit right there. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. I said that this business is business. And Trump never even responded to it, man. I'm very disappointed in Trump's performance in that. I'm actually pissed off. I'm not going to get into that tonight. But he didn't even respond to that then, right? He just sat there. I mean, if you're going to interrupt her, which he did a couple times, at least do it on this one because this is the easiest damn thing you can get her on, right? I mean, at least I would have said, maybe he doesn't know, but I would have been like, really? You got a gun? What kind of gun is it? She probably doesn't even freaking know if she's even got one. She claims it's a pistol that she bought years ago and I safely stored in my house, right? Okay, I'm locked up and all this other bullshit. Lock your gun up. That does you a lot of good. I mean, she would have Kamala Harris. I mean, right? She probably, where she lives, there probably never any crime and the cops are going by there every 5 minutes. So what the hell does she care about it? I wouldn't lock my guns up if that was the case in my house, but that's probably what she did. And, ask her, hey, what is it? What caliber, what model? I don't know. It's a pistol, like if she even has one, right? So anyways, Harris campaign aide told CNN that Harris, here it is, owned a handgun that was purchased years ago, like I said, which she keeps locked away as a, quote, responsible gun owner. How locking your guns up, how's that responsible? I mean, oh, look at what happened down in Georgia and this other shit, JD. A kid's going to steal shit. Remember the guy in Connecticut, Adam Lanza, that left his freak, murdered his mom, and then broke into the safe? Safe, it's not responsible. I mean, you may think you're responsible. In my house, I have guns locked and I have guns that aren't. I'm a responsible gun owner. My guns haven't ever killed or hurt anybody or any, not anything. They have animals and such. But anyway, and here's a Walls. Walls had a statement about it too. Kamala Harris and I are both gun owners. Walls wrote on X after the debate. We're not going to take away your Second Amendment rights. We're going to prevent your kids from getting shot at school. No, you're not. You're not going to prevent that at all, Walls. And furthermore, you know what Walls has? Walls has he's a goddamn FUD. He's got a freaking bird hunting shotgun and he's got his deer hunting rifle that probably holds 2 or 3 rounds. That's all you freaking need, man. Which, by the way, both of those weapons of war. At one point or another, bolt actions are still weapons of war. Make no mistake about it. Chris Kyle had a bolt action. That was his favorite 300 Winchester Magnum. But yeah, we're not going to. Walls passed. He signed all kinds of freaking gun control in Minnesota, waiting periods and all this other bullshit over there, background checks for every. It's a joke. You're not going to protect kids in school because you refuse to protect the schools with the same kind of thing these unhinged leftist freaks come in there and shoot schools up with a gun. They're not in there, right? You got a resource officer, but that's 2 people. Look at down in Georgia, right? School resources officers stop that kid. But hey, we still had murders happen and woundings happen because they had to wait till the resource officers got there. If the guy that walked in, seen him carrying his rifle in there, guess what? There's the janitor. Old Mike's over there. The janitor sees the guy coming to the AR. Guess what? He's carrying. My eyes are really poppy tonight. I'm pissed. Mike janitor pulls out his same pistol, just like Kamala. Takes his scumbag out before he kills anybody. Not an issue. But Walls ain't gonna do. They're not gonna protect your kid from getting shot. They're gonna make it worse because they're gonna be making it more of a target rich zone for psychopathic freaking killers, man. So the NRA they shared a clip on X of Harris being asked because she, now she's, no, I don't want to take your guns away, right? She's all saying that shit, right? Unfortunately for Kamala, the internet is there and she's all over it, freaking saying this. Not once about mandatory buybacks. Buyback. You buy them back. You never owned it. And guess what? If they do a buyback, if she is elected and does a buyback and you don't take the money, guess what? They're coming to take your freaking guns. I'll promise you that. So they're full of shit. We're not coming to take your guns. They'll make all kinds of freaking arbitrary laws. And if you get caught breaking one of those laws, which I'll get to at the end, guess what they're going to do? They will take your freaking gun. And if you don't want to give it up, well, then you're going to have a shootout with government agents and you might get some of them, but they're going to eventually get you. Which sucks, but I mean, it's going to be up to every individual if it comes to that. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't want that to happen, but if she gets in there, it's one step closer. Anyway, they shared a clip on X about Harris being asked by MSNBC what she would do about the millions of assault weapons in circulation. Harris responded, "We have a buyback program, and I support mandatory buybacks," right? But now she said, no, I don't do that no more. Really, since you started running for president, all of a sudden you don't? Right. I don't buy that shit for 1 second. Just 4 days before the debate, Harris wrote on September 6th post on X. I mean, why are you on there anyways? Elon Musk is a freaking Nazi, according to you shit stains. But you're on his platform? Please. Anyways, she wrote on September 6th and X, together, we passed the first bipartisan law addressing gun violence prevention in nearly 30 years, which the Unsafe Communities Act didn't prevent anything. California already has everything and then more that this Unsafe Communities Act has. And guess what? In 2023, you know what California led the nation in? Yeah, mass shootings. So that shit doesn't work. But here we go. She said that addressing gun prevention in 30 years. But guess what? Right. You finally 30 years. They got their big gun control package. They're done now, right? We have more work to do. We must pass an assault weapons ban, universal background checks, and red flag laws. That's not all of them, guys and gals. I'll get to it after we get a little more into this. But yeah. And just a couple things. The Unsafe Communities Act, they call it the Safer. I call it and Clay actually named it the Unsafe Communities Act. I love that shit. Extend background checks, right? They want further and further get into what you do and your background. I mean, a background check already freaking goes. I mean, it's instant back. I mean, it goes into your whole criminal history and your mental. I mean, this is a freaking joke, man. And they want to fund red flag laws even more, which are another violation of your Fourth Amendment. It's like that movie with Tom Cruise. They're trying to see into the future and take your shit away from you. It's no, that's not gonna. I mean, you know, she could do it with whatever. I'm going to get into it here. When she's president, executive order shit. So, right, that's just a few things on the Unsavory Communities Act. It hasn't made anything safer. Oh, some people are like, oh, JD, they said crime is down. Yeah, it's because the FBI and a bunch of police, heck, I don't know what you want to call them, districts throughout the country, just they're not reporting crimes anymore. I mean, it's just, they said it's a waste of time. Crime isn't down. Most people around can see crime is not down. That's a bunch of shit. I mean, Kamala's, like I said, she's the opposite of what she's saying. So, I mean, I hope to God people can see through this crap. I mean, but first time today, she's in Fox News Power Poll. She's first time since she's been in, she's ahead of Trump now, and it was directly because of that freaking debate. So here we go. Wow. So this is a while back, 2019 here, I think it was, or 2020 on Jimmy Fallon. Kamala taking questions from college students in the audience. One student asked Harris if she believes in the mandatory buybacks of assault weapons, and how does that idea not go against the Second Amendment? And Kami says, "I do believe we need to do buybacks. First of all, let's be clear about what assault weapons are. They have been designed to kill a lot of people, human beings, quickly. They are weapons of war with no place on the streets of a civil society. I've seen assault weapons kill babies and police officers. Okay, so have knives, so have sticks. As a matter of fact, fists, knives, hammers, all of those kill more human beings in this country every year than all freaking AR-15s combined, right? And they're weapons of war. Okay, as I said earlier, and you guys have heard me say this, and I'm never going to quit saying it. A goddamn musket's a weapon of war. Your bolt action's a weapon of war. A revolver's been a weapon of war. A semi-automatic pistol, I guarantee, which is what 90+% of gun homicides are is handguns. Trust me, she wants to ban the shit. Those are assault weapons to her. I freaking guarantee you that. So, I mean, when they say assault weapons, think of most guns. And after those suckers were taken care of, she'll come after the rest, right? Okay, to continue here, I got one more thing, and then I'll get some of your comments here. This is Kamala. So one, I'll tell you, when elected president, if the United States Congress fails to have the courage to do something about this, you guys got to do something, right? I'm prepared to take executive action. We have to deal with the over 2 million assault weapons that are currently in the streets of America. And so doing a buyback is a good idea. I got news for you. Your idea of assault weapons, Kamala, way more. I mean, there's 20 million plus just AR-15s. So, man, Clay and I said this. Clay and Deacons have said this. Everything's going to be an assault weapon to them. So I'm gonna get off of that right now, and then I'm gonna go through the rest of the shit that she wants to do here. But I'm gonna get to some of your guys' comments. Sorry if I rambled on there a little bit. I get fired up about it. So yeah. Kelsey Glaude, they stopped reporting. Exactly what I said, Kelsey. You're right. They did stop reporting it, and it. No, it's not. Crime's freaking down, man. Come on, Josh Bad. All right. So I was talking about this test. I'll get to it. Josh, he said, just let me know. I will. Lynette K. This one debate doesn't make much of an impact in my point of view. I mean, maybe not, but it did in the polls. Like I said, first time she's been ahead now. And I was on Fox freaking News, man. Trump, you got to be better prepared. And he said he's not going to do another debate. That's a huge freaking mistake in my book. They better have oven mitts on when they come for me, says Josh. In other words, yeah, the barrel's going to be hot. Paul Odegaard, give you the 2 thumbs up. Appreciate that. You guys started without me, says Kelsey. I actually got started 5 minutes late, man. I was having some problems here, but appreciate you getting on here. Brian wanted, the fancier the name, the bigger the joke when it comes to laws. Exactly. Right, like the fancy, like you can put like the Kids Safety Act, Protecting the Children Act, stuff. They really love to freaking do that. They really love. Nothing protects my kids in this in my house and when I'm out more than my freaking firearm does if we come under assault or somebody's trying to do any harm to us. So, all right, Gene Cox is a universal. Gene says, is a universal background check good on Uranus? Yeah, it does, Gene. It just keeps circling it, man. Like the Enterprise. Look at the big blue cities, Kelsey said. Yeah, I mean, precisely. And I mean, look, that's what I said. If you missed it, the whole damn state of California, they got every, and I'm going to name some of them coming up here. They got an A+ rating from Brady and Mom's Demand Confiscation. Really, it's called Mom's Demand Action, which is a perverted name if you think about it. And like I said, they had the most mass shootings, which is by whatever another stat is 4 or more, or 3 or more. The highest shooting rate in 2023 of any state. So Brian said, Kelsey says, buyback. I didn't buy my weapon from the government. Yeah, exactly. And they're going to buy it back from you, which was never theirs. Brian Wander says, couple shots over the bow for Trump, but by far the worst debate performance I have seen from him. Just my humble opinion. Brian, I could not agree with you more. He's got to get off this shit. Like he feels personally insulted. And hey, my rallies are awesome. Just freaking ignore that shit, dude. You quit thinking about yourself. We got a goddamn country to worry about because if you don't win, we're freaking screwed, dude. This country's screwed. Get your head out of your ass. I'm gonna keep going here. Like the job numbers, yeah, the job numbers, yeah, they're really awesome too, right? They were freaking unemployment's up again. Eric Newman, I heard on the radio that a guy is going to prison for killing his young child because he shocked him when he was crying. So are they going to ban human arms? Yeah, precisely, Eric. Like I said, beatings, sticks, hammers, all of that shit kills more, you know. And if you take them away, I was doing some research today. But when the assault weapons ban was, they used all kinds, and even after shotguns, pistols, lever action gun, they use all kinds of that crap for doing mass school shooting, mall shootings, whatever the hell you want to call them. Are they using ARs now? Yeah, probably more. But you get rid of them, it's not going to change. And they know that shit. They know that we know, but they don't give a shit because it's one step closer to their ultimate goal. Lynette Cases, Trump should have said we will debate on Newsmax or Fox and let her be the one. Exactly. Like I said, I'm not going to try and get stuck on Trump's debate performance because it already has me rattled and pissed. But yeah, now he said no, he doesn't want to do it today. He should do it because his ass is behind the 8 ball now. Anyway, I'm just go through a few more of these things here from our, the pro gun and gun owner, freaking Kamala Harris here. And then I'm going to go to our commercial break and come back because I said I'm keeping this shit at an hour or less, and we're getting up on 20 minutes. So, like I said, universal background checks, ban assault weapons, and standard capacity magazine bans, which right now is in their mind 10 rounds. Over 10 rounds, but New York went to 7 rounds. That didn't work. I got overturned in court. She was against the Heller versus DC decision, which let you keep your guns unlocked. She said that, and the Bruin decision, which Clayton and Deke and I have talked about many times, overturning all kinds of unconstitutional. She was against that. She said it was wrong. I was wrong. It's mandatory safe storage laws. Yeah, like I said, keep your gun locked up, your ammo here. Repeal of the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act, which the Democrats lie about all the time. You can sue gun companies if their product is defective, but they want you to be able to sue them for anything that happens. If somebody goes and shoots somebody or they pull their damn trigger by accident and blow their toe off, they don't need to be able to sue them out of business for that. Increase red flag laws. Yeah, I said that. Oh, here's a good one too. You guys love this. Increase funding for the ATF. Yeah. If you want to increase funding for the ATF, do it to make purchasing suppressor even faster and easier. Not to crawl up people's asses and find something wrong with an FFL because they didn't dot the I on when they're writing up something. That's the kind of shit they want to do to shut them down, though. Increase funding for the FBI to conduct more background checks. More on what? More background checks. So we already have it. Like I said before, we have an instant check already. It crawls up your ass for every crime you ever committed. And it does more than they even tell you. I promise you they can get everything they want out of that. Increase funding for the CDC because gun violence epidemic is a public health crisis. No, it's not. Yeah, exactly. They want to make that shit a public health crisis. Guns keep me healthy. As Hank Williams Jr. once said, owning and shooting firearms is critical to my well-being. Exactly, because it makes me happy. Josh Patterson said, Dems' head would explode if they knew my 15-year-old son and nephew and their buddy were out dove hunting after school last. Oh yeah, I mean, so irresponsible, right, Josh, to let them go out and dove hunt. Man, my buddies and I used to do that crap too when we were done. And guys, it's been said 100 times. Guys would bring their guns to school and go hunting after school was out for sure. Anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna do our big break here. See, I gotta reboot this freaking folder thing. I hate this thing. Anyway, we're gonna do our big ad here. Come back, and since used deer season's opening, we're gonna go. I might have to go through this quick or no on. I might have to sound like Trump in the debate and talk real fast, trying to get my points across. But I'm gonna do this shop placement thing. Be right back.
That's a war face. Now let me see your war face. You don't scare me.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. Give them a call at 701-258-6308. The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308. 701-258-6308. Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Discover the world of firearms at Bismarck's Double H Gun Shop. With a wide range of products from handguns to rifles, we cater to all your shooting needs. We are your local gun experts. Not only do we sell firearms, reloading supplies, targets, and whatever your heart desires, but we also have a ton of knowledge and answers. We shoot, we hunt, we compete, we reload. It's been the Howard's way since 1976, and we ain't fixing to change anything. Visit our website at hhgunshop.com to browse our inventory. Double H Gun Shop, Bismarck's best new and used firearm reloading supply, gunsmithing, and sporting goods store. Double H Guns. Double H Guns. 1021 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota. Call 701-223-4888.
Not quite yet.
for every and any situation, Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Right on. JD back here, 701 Nation. Appreciate everybody watching out there on X and Rumble. Checked you guys out. Appreciate everybody on here live with me right now as well. And real quick, before I get into the deer shot here, where to shoot, I know some of you are screaming at me, JD, it was 3-on-1. I don't give a shit. When you go in there on ABC, Trump's been in the arena for that long. You know what you're coming into, man. Kamala put her chin up for you about 20 times, and you didn't take the knockout shot, dude. So you know what you're going into on ABC. She's not coming on Fox. She's not going to. No way they're going to do that. And that 3-on-1's not an excuse for me. He knew what he was getting into. He wasn't prepared. He thought he was going to pound her into atoms, and it didn't work that way. So anyway, we're going to get in. All right, here we go. Like I said, deer season's coming up. Let's get a little shot placement going here, right? And any deer hunter, I'm pounding this into my daughter's head. We need to get a good shot. We don't want to gut shoot one or shoot it in the rear end, or if it takes off running, right? We don't want none of that kind of crap. We want a good shot. We want a good shot with an ethical kill. Even when I'm shooting a coyote or something, I want to, as quick as I can, get a good shot, get a good clean kill. So we got, let's go over the shot angles here. I got this article from Outdoor Life. Quartering away shots, right? So if you don't know what that is, like if the deer's kind of walking away from you, at an angle, and the guy says many hunters prefer quartering away shots to broadside shots. In some cases, the angle creates a larger margin of error for hitting the lungs. Yeah, but I mean, to me, it's an easy hard shot right there. And I've done all of these shots they're talking about here. Plus, the deer is facing away from you, so it's easier to draw or shoulder. When he's talking about a bow or shoulder your gun without being detected. Yeah, I mean, true. So he's saying visualize an angle that takes your bullet through the deer's heart and lungs, and then continues into the offside shoulder or just in front of it. One way to do this is to look at the offside leg. Follow the front of the outside leg up to the body. Yeah, I mean, not right behind the shoulder when they're quartering away, a little farther back. I mean, take about 2-3 ribs back and let her buck there. You got the quartering 2 shot, same thing, obviously, except they're coming to you. The quartering away and the quartering 2, both of them that I've taken, I mean, one went down right away. The quartering 2 dumped it. And one ran quartering away. That one made it about 10 yards. That was a pretty big muley. Anyway, the quartering 2 says is a good opportunity for rifle hunters, but it will ruin some meat. Yeah, I mean, front shoulder. I mean, unless you're pretty skilled with your knife, you're not going to lose a whole lot of meat off that front shoulder. Some of you guys, I'm sure, are better at cutting up meat than me. So, for rifle hunters shooting quality bullets, they're talking about the quartering 2 is a good shot for rifle hunters shooting quality bullets. The quartering 2 angle still presents a good shot opportunity. You must hold into the front side shoulder with your bullet exiting the middle or back of the rib cage. This shot will damage more meat than a well-executed broadside shot. Yeah, they don't really talk about the broadside shot. I think everybody knows broadside shot right in that crease behind the leg there. Again, I mean, I'm not worried about that front shoulder. You're not going to lose you're not going to lose a whole lot. I don't know. What do you guys think you get off that front shoulder? I mean, pound or 2, maybe 2 pounds. I mean, if you're really going to cut it up around it, but there's so many tendons and sinew tissue in there. All right. Frontal shot. We get the frontal, obviously, I mean, self-explanatory. I had 2 frontal shots. One of them, whitetail, dropped it right there. Didn't go anywhere. The other one, a muley, I think I talked about this one before. It was the ballistic tip bullet, SST. 210 yards. I mean, it was like I missed, but it hit the brisket and it ricocheted over into its shoulder. But it was a huge mule deer. I got him mounted in my garage. But yeah, that bullet. It was more the bullet than it was where the shot went in. I mean, if it was a bonded bullet or something, which I use now, it would. He'd have been done right there. And I was at like 220. Anyways, for a frontal shot, according to Outdoor Life, aim between the shoulders, about halfway up the chest cavity, shading just slightly though, which, yeah, that's what I did, man. There's a little hole right there, right in towards the heart. Frontal shots can be incredibly effective, but they offer a small margin of error in the broadside shots. Yeah, I mean, if you're not a good shot, I mean, probably to me and most people listen on here, 250 yards, I guarantee you I'm going to pound that sucker. I mean, unless there's a huge wind, right? But I mean, with no wind or 10 mile an hour, even, I'm 100% confident 250, I can put it right in there. When the deer is facing directly, aim between the shoulders, just below the halfway point on his chest. Execute it properly. This shot typically drops deer very quickly. True, because your target is much narrower at this angle. However, this shot should only be taken at close ranges. Again, like I said, ranges, not really. Not really. I mean, short range is relative. Exactly. I mean, there's, guys that, I mean, 400 yards is probably, I mean, for me, 400 yard for a milk jug is probably, no, I'm not saying short range, but if I miss it, it pisses me off. But yeah, especially with, with the larger caliber, 6.5 or something. I mean, that should be almost money shot. But for some people, yeah. And then they don't talk about it, but headshots, basically on a deer, pretty much right above their eyeball. I said I did all the shots on the list. I did, but I have never did a headshot. I've seen headshots. I mean, extremely effective. Lights out, no blood when you got them, wrecks no meat. I mean, to me, at a reasonable distance, within 200 and in, I'm definitely confident in that. And I told my daughter, she asked me about it, and I said, if it's at 100 yards, I would definitely let her do it at that range if she's got a solid, because I know she can. I mean, she can shoot an inch group at 100 yards easy. Neck shots, I think we talked about that before. Neck shots have been very effective when I see them instant drop, especially, I mean, there's the carotid artery behind a deer, like it runs kind of down the right for about 4 or 5 inches back, straight behind her ear in the middle of the neck. You drop it in there. I mean, just a neck shot anyways, it's like it snaps their neck or something. I don't know, but those shots are crazy. They work awesome. And if you get them on artery, it is most definitely lights out. That's lights out. So I don't know what you guys, we got any comments on the deer placement shot. So I'll tell you what, guys, what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm running short on time here. I'm going to go right in. We're going to go right in here to the happy ending story of the week. And this one comes to us from St. Louis, Missouri. Still in this year, but going back a couple months here. A homeowner, getting this out of the NRA's Armed Citizen. A homeowner in St. Louis said he woke up around 4 a.m. on May 14th to noises and found a stranger inside knocking things around his house. The homeowner, whose identity was not released, shot the home invader, who fled on foot, right? Yeah. Police used dogs to track the 27-year-old male suspect, then transported him to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Good. Too bad he didn't drop the piece of shit right there. You don't want to get shot. Don't break into people's houses. No, I don't have any sympathy for shitheads like that. One neighbor told reporters, "It's crazy, but you have to protect your family at the end of the day." I don't know what's crazy about that. There's nothing crazy to me about protecting my family. And the suspect who attempted. Here we go with this guy. This guy was a classic piece of shit. The suspect attempted several break-ins earlier that night and has prior burglary, firearm possession, and property damage convictions. Now faces charges of burglary first degree, attempted burglary first degree, resisting arrest with a felony for this incident. Should he recover at the end of there? Yeah, I don't know if he did. I don't care if he did. I mean, I'd rather he wouldn't recover, because people like that are pieces of shit, and I don't think they belong in society. If you're going to break into people's houses, steal their shit, assault them, murder them, kill them, kidnap them, torture them, any of that shit. That's why you need a firearm. So if someone that does happen to you, I'm not saying it's going to prevent it, but you give yourself one hell of a chance. This guy didn't have a gun in his house, and this 27-year-old comes in. Who knows? I don't know how old this guy was. He could have been 65. And this young guy, even if he's not a big guy, when you're younger, man, you're just a stronger person, and they don't want witnesses. So guess what? Beat the shit out of him, kill him that way. So but the guy had a gun, and hope his shithead didn't recover. Lynette K, I should actually carry in my car because I come over. Yeah, Lynette, yeah, you should. 100% you should. I mean, my mom carries all the time. You can get concealed carry purses. I don't know if you have one, but I mean, that's a great idea. There's a pocket you can reach right in, because, and I used to carry with not one in the chamber, but I started to realize that was a bad idea years ago, and now I do. So anyway, getting here towards the end of the show. Tomorrow morning, Clayton's going to be on Mitchell in the morning, 8:15 a.m., KFYR 550 with Todd Mitchell, 99.7 FM, and, of course, iHeartRadio. I'm sure Clay will have some I might talk about debate a little bit, too, there, and I'm sure he'll have some good Second Amendment stuff. He usually has a hunting story or a bear attack because, wow, they're not that. Bear attacks. Yeah, bear attacks happen all the freaking – I mean, they're happening way more frequent than they ever have, so – maybe there's something like that. I don't know. Usually Clay sends me an email. I didn't check it out, and then of course the next Thursday, episode 21, 701 Nation. I told you guys I got an email from one of my representatives here in District 35 from somebody sending them how they think they should be supporting common sense gun control here in Bismarck as a state. So you guys are going to get a kick out of that. I did ask permission. I said, I'm not going to say any names, which I will not, but you will see if you guys think it's common sense. I mean, I think that's a rhetorical question, but we'll see what you say. And of course, we'll give you an update on what happened, youth deer, if my daughter got her deer and how everything went down. And Lynette says I can open carry. Open carry to me is even better. I mean, you come home and hey, you grab it without getting your shirt out of the way. I'd actually, you live out of town. I'd just have my damn hand on the freaking gun when I walked in. You're paranoid, JD. Yeah, you're paranoid until that shit happens to you. Anyway, so what I was going to tell earlier, telling Josh about what I want to do. Hopefully I can get this done with Axe here in the next, not this weekend for sure. Maybe next Sunday if he's around, I'm going to talk to him. They got videos going around like you take your deer rifle, can you in one shot cold bore hit like the punch out on these deer targets? So what I want to do is get guys like Josh and me and Axe and some other buddies and take them out take their deer rifle. We're not going to pre-sight them or nothing. I mean, you can make sure they're sighted in, but we're not going to practice on the target. And we're going to go, I think 400 yards is a lot of people don't think that's a long range shot on a deer. One shot, can you hit it in the kill zone? The videos I watched, it was a 5-inch gong. Axe has like a 10-inch gong or 8-inch gong inside his deer. We're going to try it on that. And I want to do that not only with that, but he's got a coyote gong. I want you to bring out your predator rifle at a different time. We're going to do a predator rifle test, one shot. And it's not going to be off a bench. It's going to be either off a tripod or proned out or however you want, but not off a bench. And then, of course, the varmint rifle, we got the little prairie dog steel gong. We're going to do that too, make a video. So think about what your range is, guys. I'm thinking 400 for the deer. Coyotes, man, I'm thinking 400 for coyotes too. Prairie dog, that's a smaller target. I will say let's go down to 300. But yeah, we're gonna do some videos on that. It should be fun. Josh says my son would love to do that too. Right, Josh, your son, absolutely. You and the son come out, man. That would be freaking awesome. I'd love it when younger people get into stuff like that. So I will definitely let you know about that. Other than that, guys, I don't have much else for you tonight. If anybody's got any other comments here they want to throw in, I got about 2 minutes left here before I should, still enjoying my Jack Fire. Yeah, I'm just checking my sheet here if I missed anything. I don't believe that I did. I'm looking forward. Yeah, like if you missed out, I'm going to be every Thursday. I'm still coming on. I used to do it at bi-weekly. I'm doing it every week now, every Thursday. 701 Nation is going to be on. And yeah, and 8 o'clock. I'm sticking with 8 o'clock as well. I'm having a brain fart here. Like I told you, I'm flustered tonight. I've been mad since Tuesday, and I'm flustered about a few other things tonight. I apologize for that if it wasn't that good of a show. I didn't feel like it was. I felt kind of flustered and angry. Thank you, Josh. Josh has a great show, JD. Thanks, buddy. I do appreciate that. But yeah, every Thursday I'm gonna be on 8 o'clock, and it's staying that way all the way through winter. So, and one more thing, Facebook. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna try and post some reels on there and shorts, but I suggest you guys get over to Rumble and X, because Rumble for sure for the bigger videos. Facebook has still not reviewed any of my stuff, and they're saying they're throttling us back to like July of 2025. So I mean, it's ridiculous. They won't review. I mean, my reviews are months back. They won't look at them. I promise you guys, I haven't broke their damn rules. They say I'm a gun dealer and a trader and all that shit on there. I am not. Clay is not. Deacons is not. So, I don't know what to say about that. Lynette case is no way. Great show, Jay. Lynette, thank you. I appreciate that. Lynette will be, hey, Lynette, you guys come out, do some shooting. You get to meet Lynette and Doug if we do the test out there. I know I ran it by Axe before about doing that, and he sounds like he's in on it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing those. And as usual, we're going to keep Axe got a new handgun, I think. We got all kinds of gun tests we're going to do, guys, coming up, and ballistics gel test. I mean, we're going to do some of that. A lot of ballistics gel. So, and if you missed it, I did get a new 22. Check it out. It is on YouTube and Rumble. Winchester Expert 22 with a suppressor, 16-inch barrel, bolt action, takes big mags, sweet shooting little gun. So, other than that, guys, I'm gonna check out. We went 1 hour. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight again here. Hopefully next week I get this straightened out and I can start on the money. I'm not gonna play. And I guess I'm actually 56. I'm not at an hour yet. I'm just looking at time. I'm not gonna start out anymore with the intro song. I'm just gonna come right on, and I'll babble on for about 5 minutes until people start showing up on here and talking about what the show is going to be about. I don't know why. I just don't feel like doing it. I just want to get on and start talking about shit and get to the point, because like I said, I'm keeping these shows at an hour or less. Looks more it looks more like it's going to be an hour every week. So Brian said his ex comment here. Brian, I tell you what, well, I'm not done yet. He said my ex comment won't go through. I don't mind you being a little pissed. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. So your X comment won't come through on here or on our X side. I'm going to go on X here because I do got a few minutes yet. I'm going to go on here and check and see if Brian's comment came on here. If somebody makes a comment, no, I do not see it. I don't see it on I say we got 11 people watching here on X. Appreciate you. Nope, no comment on. I don't wonder why it didn't go through. Axe was commenting last night left and right on X. So Axe and X, All right, guys. Again, I'm going to thank our sponsors. I'm not going to run another. Lauer Auto Repair in Bismarck, our number one sponsor. Get down there, Pro Second Amendment. You're dealing with a Pro Second Amendment repair shop down there. Make sure you tell Axe and the boys you heard it on Guns in the 701. Bloodline Kinetics here in Bismarck, custom gun maker. Barrel threading. He's doing custom knives now. Any lasering you want on something, a gun, a knife, anything you want, a keepsake for your son, your daughter, your dad, your mom, your grandpa, take it in there. Jake can laser that sucker. Double H Guns here in Bismarck. Daryl's got all the guns and ammo and reloading stuff you want. Man Down Sporting Goods, same over there. Except Brandon's got your one-stop suppressor, man. You go in there. He's got your electronic fingerprints. He does your picture. I mean, they're coming back fast now. So if you don't have a suppressor, get in there now. I'll bet you any money. If you don't have it back within a couple of weeks, you will have it back before deer season, which you want to save on them ears. I mean, suppressors are just awesome anyways, all around. I mean, the only negative is they make your gun a little longer, but hey, whatever. No biggie. And, of course, Little Angry Man Arms down there in South Dakota, if you're down in that area. Check him out. I think he's going to be at the gun show in Mobridge this weekend as well. So check that out. He's new in there. Clay was talking about some Target company maybe getting on board with us. That hasn't happened yet. And I got a few other places. I'm kind of slacking on it, but I should talk to him. I plan on doing it. I'm kind of busy right now doing a lot of this and that. And now with hunting season, I do have a couple surgeries coming up here on the 25th. I got a bone spur in my wrist, and a couple weeks after that, nothing major. It's but yeah, it's just kind of an inconvenience. So, all right, guys, I'm at an hour. I'm gonna shut it down. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks. We'll see you next Thursday, 8 o'clock, 701 Nation, right here. Gunsin701.com, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, X, and Twitch. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next week.